and welcome to another edition of Toy Talk. Thank you for taking your time out for watching my show, and I hope that you'll enjoy this one. I'm going to try something a little different today, a little bit of a more abbreviated show, a comparison show. So today I'm going to compare a Lego Viking ship with a Megaconstrux Viking ship, or now their name is Megaconstrux. And I want you to see the difference. Now, at some point, I'm going to go get the camera and bring it for close-ups. I haven't been really satisfied with my new camera's close-ups. I like certain aspects of it and the zoom and everything, but on finely detailed stuff, it just doesn't really do the resolution that my phone does. So there's a lot of fine little things to see on this. There are details, so I hope that you'll really be able to appreciate that with what I'm going to show you today. All right. Also with us today is Japanese Optimus Prime, and I'll show you that. Now, he actually has an on-off switch, and that's on the bottom here, and that's nice, so you can... So he speaks Japanese, and he turns into a train and into Optimus. I'm going to push the button. It's a little clear button here. Does some kind of music. I have no idea what he's saying. I can only imagine that it's rather intimidating. It's probably, we must get Energon, we must stop Megatron, What we need is a lot of luck and, all the same things, right? Maybe we should use the translator over here. Let's see. Okay, maybe that's the music. And there's that. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're going to get. Ah. And how does that sound in Japanese? Ah, okay. I
want you to make a special run to Autobot City.
And how does that sound in Japanese? Right, much more succinct in Japanese. All right, so getting on with the Legos. Okay, so let me show you the big Lego ship here. So this is a Lego ship, Viking ship, and I probably bought this like maybe 6 years ago, and it has a little missile launcher, so it shoots these little missiles, and I probably came with a dragon, so you have this water dragon here, water serpent, and it has a depressor. You depress this here, a little rubber to it, and they shoot out most of the time. And then, okay, well, that one's going to get stuck. And then, well, that one is going to get, okay, and then what that does is it goes down each time. Oh, there, okay. And then it's supposed to, yeah, it goes down like boom, 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 and shoots the little missiles. And it comes with, little figures. Let's see. So, I have these Viking figures and shields, obviously. And then it has like a cage if you're, I guess, catching a fisher, a prisoner. And this has a ratchet, so it has a lever up here. You pull that, and then it lowers, and then it will lower, and it will lower. Ah, there you go. But you can, you can wind it up, and then this catches it, so it stops it from going back down, which is really clever. I move that side to side like that, and then you have your dragon in the front, and more little people. You have this guy here, and he's like he has a gold sword. I have him like he's directing where to put, the cargo box. And then they'll have like a little bit of chainmail armor. You can see that. And as typical, of course, Lego people, you might all know, the helmet comes off, the head just moves. You can move the head left to right, and the arms have no joints. They just are at a slight bend, and then you can turn the wrist. You can back and forth like that, right? And then you have short little legs that just move like that. So very simple on that. And there's even like a little fire. There's like it has a couple of turkey legs down in here, and then there's like fire. When I bring the camera closer, we'll see that. And then on the Serpent, you have joints like that. Those joints, and then you can move all of it around, and then you can turn, click, 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 like that, and his mouth opens and closes, and then you can turn that way. So that's your fun adventure. And then, there's a little Viking boat here. There's a smaller one, and, they can help assist with the giant Serpent. So this is simple to construct. It's like 5 large pieces. So this is all one piece here, and then you have 1, 2, 3 pieces here, and then this is all one piece. And then they all connect on the bottom, okay, with just some kind of like some rectangular pieces. You can see the gray rectangular pieces holding that together. Very simple, very quick, and really designed for playability. Then we get to the Megaconstrux one. Now, I bought this in 2018 as Toys R Us was closing shop, and it was initially $79, and I was able to get it for $39. This was, if I remember correctly, $79 also, but now you can get it on like Amazon or whatever, it's eBay, like $300. This one you can still get for $99, free shipping on Amazon, so it hasn't really gone up much. But this is a very different ship than the other one. So I remember building this and marveling at how much time and effort it took. The hull of the ship, which is the brown portion, okay, that's called a hull, is built piece by piece. So you don't have big chunks to put together. You actually have to build the support and then build, it has all these curved pieces that you have to build one over another, and then they support each other. It's like building a real ship, actually. It really is like using wooden planks, plank after plank, and having to build onto each other. And it took me about 4 days to build this. Now, of course, if I sat there all at once and, I could build it in a few hours. But this was like maybe an hour. This took probably 10, 12 hours to build. It just was a lot of work, and I didn't feel like sitting there the whole time doing it. The thing about Mega Bloks instructions as well, a lot of times parents will buy Megaconstrux toys, Mega Bloks toys, and kids don't really like them because the instructions are definitely more difficult, and sometimes they're tricky. And I think I really believe they're tricky on purpose. Lego's very direct. You go step by step, and everything's in a neat little bag, and everything in the bag kind of goes next with what's in the directions. Megaconstrux will do that to a point, but they will put a piece, maybe just one piece, in another bag that you have to go hunt for. And I really think the goal of Megaconstrux is you're going to enjoy the process of building this, whether you like it or not. And we're going to make you hunt for the pieces, and we're going to make this take time, and you're going to have to put that time into it. And I've built a number of Megaconstrux things over the years, and that has always seemed like a theme to me. Now, the figures, they have a female Viking figure, and she has a bow, an arrow, a quiver. And the thing about Megaconstrux figures, again, when I bring the camera closer, we'll be able to see this. They have knees, they have elbows, they have shoulders that move in all directions. They have heads not just that turn, but they can look up and down, and their waists twist. So to me, Megaconstrux figures are action figures, where I don't consider Lego figures action figures. They're just Lego figures. But there's quite a few Megaconstrux sets that I have, and of different genres, and of course we will be looking at those in time. And they're really just great models on a tiny scale. Yeah, all right, she's not going to go back. And then you have, there's actually a guy here that looks like from that Viking show. I think it's called Vikings, right? And I think it's on Amazon. But, you know, it looks a lot like him, right? But you can see the detail in the head. The weapons are much more highly detailed. And so for $79, this was quite a coup, and certainly at $39 even better. So you have your Viking sail, and it actually, you can furl the sail, and then you can unfurl the sail. And I think that I did not make it easy to unfurl, but anyway, that's what it's like furled up. And then of course you have your, you know, it's realistic, where you have, you know, like your living quarters. You call that like a tent, right? You can just get under there, and then you have a guy who steers the boat steerer, and you have that on the Lego one too. But this, you have actually something that it's on a joint. It connects, you see, and it moves all directions like you would with a real Viking ship. The Lego one just has a guy who's just holding onto a long oar, and he's steering the boat. And really, the oar would probably be ripped out of your hands if you were really trying to use it. So the Viking, the Megaconstrux one's more realistic, because you really would need a support, you know, so it wouldn't get ripped out of your hands. I mean, everything about the Megaconstrux one is more realistic. The way the sail furls up like this, I wanted to show the sail furled anyway. I thought that that's a better way to just kind of store it, and then you can play with it and look at everything. You have all the extra oars everywhere, and you know, you can see some of the fine design in the dragon head and in the front, and it's just a really great construction toy. And their dragon, this is a Megaconstrux dragon. Now, it didn't go to this set, it went to Game of Thrones, but the idea is, you know, the comparison of the Lego sea serpent and the dragon. So you have, it would come in the egg, okay? The toy would come in the egg in pieces, and then you would build it, and it's got like rubbery wings, and the joints move in all directions. The tail moves in all, has different joints. The leg moves in different directions, and so does the head and the neck. So I mean, this is like an action figure. So that's really the difference, a big difference that you get with Megaconstrux and Lego. I'm going to bring the camera closer so we can get up close to that. Okay, so, all right, so this is a Megaconstrux Viking figure, right? That's there, okay, going to get that to focus in on there. And, you know, you can see the armor, instead of just being basically painted on, you actually have a real armor that can come on and off. So here's a Lego figure, you know. And look, I love Lego figures. I have hundreds, but it's mostly castle figures. When I was younger, I really got into castles, and I bought a lot of castle Legos and would build a lot of gigantic castles the size of this table, and it would have walls all around it and towers that were 3 feet tall, multiple towers. I would have stables, all kinds of things. So I really do love Lego. I even wrote a report in college on Lego, and I sent it to the company. And I got an A on it, and that was fun for my literature course. And I had all these boxes that I had saved from the late 70s, all these Lego boxes, and I cut them out, and I had all these images, and I put those in the report. And of course, that was before you could just like take pictures and print stuff out easily. So I ruined the boxes by cutting them up. But all right, so that's the difference on the figures. Here's that female figure. She's really cool too. So, all right, so you can see that she has an axe, you know, and the cape, and you know, you can see the details of the face. Everybody's face is different. And then here's the ship up close. So if you can see how it's just constructed. You have all the pieces that build the hull, you know. Right. And then you can turn that around. So if you want a construction set that's going to take you a while, but be quite rewarding, I think, in the quality. I mean, really something that you can just put out on display, and it's not really necessarily like a toy, you know. It's just something that would make a nice display anywhere you thought appropriate. Whereas the Lego one, again, it is a toy. I consider it to be, you know, again, the playability is there. You know, it's larger. You can get your hands into places. Oh, there's those turkey legs and the fire. So let's see, and then you can turn it like on a spit, like you're turning your, you know, as it's cooking over the fire. All right, and then you know, then you can put your Viking up here. Yeah, well, there. But yeah, so the castles I used to build, they would take 6 months to build, and I stopped doing it because I just don't have time or space to really, you know, organizing the pieces would take 3 weeks, actually. I would draw the castle out. I would, you know, draw out, basically I would look at real castles, and I would get ideas, and then I would draw out how I would construct this with Legos, because I knew my inventory, the kinds of pieces I had. Then I would do like a 3-week assessment of my inventory, separating everything out, and seeing how realistically I could build the castle, like what things I could do really well, what things I'd have to sacrifice because I just don't have the pieces, they don't make the pieces, and then I would begin constructing it, and you know, I'd leave them up for, I don't know, a year maybe, and yeah, I'd build these massive castles. Now I do have something that I built. I sort of built my version of the Lord of the Rings tower, the two towers. I built. What is it? Saruman's tower. So I built a tower like that, and I can show you that one day. It got a little bit knocked down on the top, so I have to rebuild that part. But anyway, this is oh, let me show you that ratchet thing. That's so there. Okay, so you lift this up here. So this right here, right? So okay, so you go like this, and then you lift that up. And then it's not heavy enough to go down right now, but here, let me set this camera up here. And then, so I lift that up, and then I can pull it down, you know, and then put it like on the ground, right? And then if I can turn it, and then it goes up, and then this thing clicks, see, and then it catches it. You can see it was moving, it was clicking over a gear and catching itself. So really, really clever. Lego and Mega Bloks are very clever construction toys. That's, I think, what's really neat. And they're different. They're very different from how they do things. So let me turn it now. Oh, you can't flip it. Yeah, so very different on how they construct things and their style. So I think it's worthwhile to buy both kinds of sets if you really like construction, and get some ideas on how you can build your own creations. So that's it for today. I want to thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoy the show. And I will be doing more comparison shows in the future as well. And of course, we have to go back out and look for Bigfoot and find out what he's doing, what's going on with him. And, you know, I might end up having to look for the Loch Ness Monster if Bigfoot's real, right? So this is GL1 signing out. Thank you.